A man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the wolf, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the comic Relief Crusader. Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, and it is Titillating Tuesday, episode 151, and you entered the Gigosphere on Rumble, on YouTube, on X, on, well, I suppose those kind of important platforms of sorts. And I hope everybody's weekend went pretty good. We had a little bit of a Friday we had a little bit of a windstorm. It was like really, really nuts. Winds got up to 90 kilometers an hour. I actually witnessed a 80-foot fir tree fall over on a house. And then the news asked me if I could use the video footage, and they were like, yeah, sure. Why not? And then it snowed on Sunday, and, well, you know the rest. On Sundays on Huge Circles, talked about the rest of it. Got signatures in for Alberta independence, where we get to vote in October for our independence and a whole bunch of other stuff. But welcome, every one of you who happen to show up. Who do we got in the chat right now? Excuse me, I just wobbled down a big giant burger. Sylvia, your lovely artist, it's time for some fun. Yes, it is. And I think we got somebody new. Who's this? Sup? What's up with you? And we got the Glitch Hunter X. It's like Space Metafighter X or Tuxedo Mask. He's the Glitch Hunter X. I like that name. How's it going? Nice to see you. Who else we got here? We got Sassy Spider Angel Dust. That's also here. We got Husk the Dealer. Welcome, Husk. Nice to see both of you. Sassy Spider and Husk. And we have the Wrench of Wrenches. We got Vince Womack over here. That is dealing out all the links that are, well, they haven't really changed much, except for this one. So, so there you go. There's the new link to the new X profile. I don't want to have to go over what happened again, but you know what? For all of you that are on Rumble or on X and you want to join us here on the YouTubes before they demonetized another person, more people now. You know what? If they demonetize me, whatever. So, if you're following on Rumble or on X, there's the link to the YouTube channel. And if you happen to be on Rumble or on X and you want more freedom of speech, well, then there's Rumble. So check out the Rumble link as well. So all of you that are currently on YouTube right now, head over to the Rumble link. That was stupid. Click the Rumble link and head over to Rumble. There. That's what I wanted to say. So do that. Sign up for Rumble. It doesn't cost anything. It's better than YouTube, believe it or not, because they monetize you almost like immediately, believe it or not. So head over to the Rumble link, because if anything happens here, well, then there's always Rumble. So Who else do we got here? We got Vince. We got Canadian Cat. Hello. Hello, wiki humans. Well, wiki to you. So, we have Queen Dear Lovely. Hello. Nice to see you. We got the other illustrious wrench here. We got Gap After Dark. And hey to you, dude. And good to see you here. It's always good to see you here. I think we got somebody new. We got uh, a silly, lazy fan. Most of you guys are very creative with names. So, a silly, lazy fan, hello. And great that you can be here. And we got beautiful Daisy Vibes, hello. Nice to see you. And we got Stark Void X. Sup to you, dude. And and the one person that always says one thing or sometimes multiple things, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, who always says happy Tuesday and sup everybody, and after that he never says anything else ever again. so whether he's just lurking in the chat or not, hello Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. So we got Chill Velvet Mood. I haven't seen you here before, so there's a few of you I haven't seen before, so I'm glad that you are here. And welcome to the show, and I hope you like and subscribe. And we got Votex. Trust us. I trust you, Votex. Voxtex. We got Mr. Peterson. Mr. Peterson. You know what? Okay, I just messaged you on Facebook. I did that Florida Man article. Dang. It's like, and we got Video Game Master Supreme Lenrod. What's up, dude? I like Lenrod. Lenrod is like my longest subscriber ever. We got Tommy in the Guinea Pig Collective. You got to check his show out. You got to check his channel out. He does, God, toy reviews, comics. He does the same thing that I do. I love it. See, there we go. Gap After Dark is also on Rumble. I'm lonely on Rumble. So there you go. All of you guys, you have to click on the Rumble link and keep Vince and Gap company as well. So you got to do that. You have to do that. We're gonna build up that Rumble channel like crazy. And I think that's pretty much it. So yeah. Noobs. Oh my god. John says, cool, does Canada have their own version of Florida Man? Yes. Of course you've heard of Newfies. And you know what? Okay, no. Newfies is kind of an old thing because everybody in Canada makes fun of Newfies, right? However, Newfies are probably the hardest working people in Canada. So, do we have a version of Florida Man? Probably, I'm going to say either people from Ontario or Quebec, and I'm more inclined to say Quebec because nobody really in Canada likes Quebec that much. So, yeah, I'll go with Quebec. So, Crystal Echo Arts, Crystal Echo Arts. Hi, and welcome to the show. And I'm glad that you're here as well. And also John, also known as Mr. Peterson, on the Rebel side says, yes, let's build this channel so that Mike doesn't have to bow to the evil that is YouTube. Yes, exactly. That's right. That's what you want to do. So everybody, if you happen to be watching on X, and I mean, well, already we got one person that's watching on X, and that's good enough for me so far, because Sunday we had 42, and Gap got that joke from earlier, so that makes me totally impressed with him. So, like I said, okay, because for months now, we've had people that have had their channel taken away. We've had people demonetized, like Midnight After Dark, and we had Jill, we had Stark, God, and I guess the latest is Drunk 3PO that just got demonetized, and I think he was told he couldn't stream for. I think he couldn't live stream for something like 24 hours, which is insane, which is just absolutely stupefyingly retarded. And yes, I use that name freely. It's ridiculous. So like I said, and I don't say just to say it, just to build up another channel. I say it because lately, let's just say over the past couple of years, right? We know what YouTube has been doing, right? And it's because of their stupid AI. So again, the link is in the description. It's also on my new X profile. And go ahead, click that Rumble link and go over to Rumble and subscribe over to Rumble. It doesn't cost you anything to go over to Rumble. It's a free sign up. And like I said, on Rumble, at least you get monetized immediately, right? So do that. Make me happy. If you don't, I'll cry. Anyway, and he says, "Oh, we love our Florida man. They make us smile and feel so much more intellectually superior when they make the news." It's true. In Canada, it might be a little bit different. So, Canada Spidey is getting close. Oh well, yeah, I suppose he would. So, yeah, but Canadian Spider-Man actually can do stuff. Like, I mean, if you watched Manorama at all, I mean, he totally gutted a deer and then ate its heart as he fried it in a frying pan. So he's quite versatile. Uncle Godzilla, how's it going, man? Please don't waste anybody away with your atomic fire breath. So, let's see. And I would stream on Rumble if my subs move there. Yeah, I know. See, that's the hard thing, Tommy, because I know your channel, you got a bunch on your channel too, and it's hard to get anybody to go over to Rumble. So, look, all of us, just go over to Rumble. Just do it. Anyway, other than that, it seems that YouTube admins have been given new marching orders. Yeah, more than likely they have. Okay, anyway, time for that one segment of the show that everybody likes and everybody likes to make fun of, which is this.
And now it's time for Stupid News. All the news, stupid and new from around the world.
That's pretty much it. Stupid news. All the news that's stupid and improved. And I'm probably the only one that ever covers stupid news. So what do we got in stupid news today? Let me have a look and see, because there is no shortage of the absolute retarded out there. And you know what? If you happen to see some stupid news, send it over to me on X, on Facebook, just like Don did earlier. I believe it was Sunday he did. And your news will be on Stupid News. So, trying to think. Oh well, you know what? Okay, for John, I got a Florida man. I got a Florida man news anyway. Okay, so for John, I do this. This on Stupid News from Fox News. Florida man refuses to pay taxes because he did not personally approve of any of the spending. So, I guess he definitely wants to know where his tax dollars are going. And if he didn't like it, well, then I guess he wasn't going to bother paying his taxes. So, there you go. No taxation without representation, I guess. I don't know. I do know what can happen if you do not pay your taxes. So, especially in the States, because it happened to one pastor guy. He didn't want his tax dollars going to things he didn't believe in, like abortion and stuff like that. And it landed him, I believe it was something like a decade in jail. It was really, really bad. And but it worked out in the end anyway, because he got out and he saved a lot of people. So it kind of worked out in the end, I suppose you could say that way. So There you go. See, Sassy Spider Angel Dust is over on the X side and saying hello, and I say hello, and he says comment, comment, comment. Maybe it's comment. So anyway, yes, and if you want to go check out the past episodes of Manorama, then go to Rumble again. Go to Rumble. You'll enjoy, and that's my public safety announcement right there. So I see what you want, Gap. So yeah, what do you think of this? Florida man refuses to pay taxes because he did not personally approve of any of the spending. I didn't know that actually he had to that any of the spending had to go through him. So I didn't know that they needed his approval. I did send you a Florida woman news headline. That is true. Yes, you did. I'm gonna have to look that up again. Um, I remember that. Uh, it's stupid, but I can definitely see this being a thing. They can't arrest us all. That's true. There ain't no prison big enough that can hold me. Oh man. But Vincent's, hey, I agreed. No taxation without Florida man approval. Exactly. All funding has to go through Florida man approval. I'm Florida man and I approve this message. So, and Lenrod, I can get behind that logic. Oh my god. Oh, if only we could get away with that in Canada too. My god. I should probably try for that. That'd be rather interesting. John says, yeah, you hear a lot about the Boston Tea Party. That's true, yeah. But it wasn't just Boston that night. There were other ports where they did the same thing. Really? Actually, I did. You know what? I did not know that. I actually did not know that. I thought it was just Boston. But of course, up in Canada, we don't get the complete story. But I actually really honestly did not know that. I thought it was just Boston that did that. So Crystal Echo Arts says, I'm also in Florida, man. I get what you did there. So is it true, Crystal Echo Arts? Is it really that's nuts in Florida? Like all these stories, is it really that crazy? And the other question is, why? So Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective says taxes are theft. This country did fine without the ridiculous amounts of them we have now. Dude, you should see Canada and what we're taxed on here. You think it's bad there? Man, oh man. It is horrendous here. It is insane. What we're taxed on. We are taxed on pretty much at this point everything. Like literally everything. Okay, Gap. Oh, Gap. Gap. Dude, thank you. Oh, okay, bookmarking this site. Mike, you should check out this website and give you some good stories for stupid news if you want to pull it up and look at it. Oh, dude. You know what? Gap. That is actually really, really, really good idea. You probably actually gave me another idea for another show. So I am okay. Wait a minute. Before copy, I am putting this. I am adding this site and smoking gun. Oh, me likey this. And saved. Oh, dude. Oh, there's so many stories here. Okay. Gap. Oh my god. Thank you. See, this is why I have Vince Vince is extremely capable. He knows where to find stuff. And Lenrod, because he's been here since like day one. So I'm gonna have to add some more mods. So, and John says, yeah, we don't get the complete story either. Yeah, that's true. You have to go and look and find things yourself if you have a brain. Yeah, that's true. It just seems like lately there is actually a shortage of stupid news, but thanks to Gap, there is plenty now. So, and Gap, yeah, here's an example of a headlight in a smoking gun website. Crime man busted for Subway. Yeah, stale bread rage. Yeah, I saw that one. Oh boy, it's true. Uncle Godzilla. In Canada, we have our own special crazy. Yeah, we do. There, I'd like to know where in Canada you are. So, yeah, our kind of crazy is it's kind of veiled. It's still kind of weirdly veiled under politeness. It's like really odd here. So, anyway, okay, so there's one for stupid news. Let's see if I can find another one because there is no shortage of stupid news out there. Let me see. Um, I think I did the Ontario resident that wants both a vagina and a penis. Uh, that got the public funding. So I think I did that one last week. Let's see. Meat. No, you know what? At let's poke fun at Islam because why not? This from Mail Online. Turkish Islamic preacher says men without beards cause indecent thoughts in other men because they look like women. So all of you that are clean shaven out there, and I know this is from 2017, but what the heck? I found it anyway. All of you clean shaven men, all of you are the reason why oh my god, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Why Muslim men are possibly becoming gay. Yes, you're in Flin Flon. Oh, dude, awesome. I used to live in Barrie, Ontario, so I know where Flin Flon is. Man, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, welcome to the show, Uncle Godzilla. Man, I hope you stick around and have some fun on this channel. Because we just have our own special brand of Canadian humor that America doesn't have. So that's why I'm getting so successful here. Let's see. So, Sylvia, I am. That's true. You are what? I don't know. Oh, you ain't a man, sir. Okay, that's true. Let's see. Gap After Dark says, yeah. What the fudge? Beard shaming? Yeah, apparently they're beard shaming if you don't have a beard. So, Sylvia says she identifies as a cat now. Okay, great. Lenrod, yep, he's right. I've had better beard. I had better beard up. Oh my god. And thank you, all 11 of you currently watching on X right now. Are you not horrified and yet mortified and oddly snickering to yourself at these news articles? Vince says, oh, Flin Flon is an actual place. I thought he was just saying random words. No, Flin Flon is an actual place. 100%. We got some unusual names up here, just like there were some names in the States. And Commander Classified. Dude, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. I want to sing this. That's the way I like it. Oh my god. Oh, somebody should totally do an AI song with that. Oh my god. Gap After Dark. He looks like he has. He looks like he has his eyebrows done. Yeah, totally does. Totally does. And he goes, well, he is Turkish. True. Um, and man, oh man, oh man. Yeah. Oh, there's just some things I can't say, but I'll let the audience read it and laugh anyway. Oh my god, Sassy Spider, I feel you, girl. I don't know what to talk about. Just talk about anything. Talk about the news article. Have a lot of fun. That's what it's all about. Um, let's see. And Cap says, turkey makes me think of real turkey. I'm hungry now. Yeah, I know. Every time I hear turkey, um, I constantly think of like Thanksgiving, Easter, turkey. You know what made them think of the word turkey as a country? I don't get. Uncle Godzilla Flin Flon is the only town in North America named after a Pulp Fiction book character. True, true. Um, oh my god. Uh, the point, people, is not to get demonetized. Oh my god. Um, ah, this is true. Turkey in Greece, a southern specialty. I've heard about that. So, our men without beards, a turkey's delight. Oh man. Uh, Sissy Splendor says the news. I don't know what to talk about because my character is literally gay. Well, gay doesn't mean happy. So, um, it's weird. It's just weird. It's like seriously. Do these people not have like no absolutely no self control? I mean, come on, stop blaming your behavior essentially on the way other people look, right? It, that just means you have zero self control whatsoever. If this preacher basically is saying that every unshaven, unbearded man, you know, in the world, okay, let's put it this way: what 8 billion people on the planet? There's probably uh I don't know. I don't know. Let's say a billion Muslims. I don't know. A lot. There's a lot. So you're telling me that basically everybody on earth that is unshaven are all a problem that cause all of them to have indecent thoughts because of unshaven men. Give me a break. This is absolutely retarded. You know, you can't blame your behavior on other people. You just can't. So, Uncle Godzilla, the guy in the pic, if you put his beard on top of his head, he'd look like Don King. Oh God, it is so true. It is. He'd look like a white Don King. Oh my lord. Okay, okay, okay. So that's it this week for stupid news. And what we'll do next week. This is what we'll do next week. Because Gap supplied that website from here on in, because this is episode 151, and we'll be doing. Well, I'll try to switch things up. I'm gonna want to come up with a new intro, and from there on in, we'll take stupid news from the website that Gap sent me. That's what we'll do, because it looks like there's plenty on there. So, um, oh my God, Tommy, someone needs to ask him, why are you gay? Jeez. And there you go. See? Crazy what I learned here, says Sylvia. Exactly. I am here to educate. So, for all of you new people, just don't be like those people. That's all you have to do. So, Gab says, according to AI, there's 1 billion Muslim males, and they like big beards and they cannot lie. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Okay. Whew, that was the end of that coffee. There we go. Okay. And speaking of Middle Eastern people,
Was it good?
let's relatively pretty good. Speaking of Middle Eastern people, here's some interesting news. This is really going to be interesting news from Variety. Can't share screen apparently. Please ensure you're granted necessary. Are you serious? Go gum. Why are you gay? Okay. There we go. Loading. Is it sharing? It had better start sharing, or else I'm going to be pissed. Okay. Share the screen. There we go. That's all I wanted. Okay, this from Variety. We've been hearing for a while about the Paramount-Warner Brothers discovery, and this time it'll be 38.5% owned by the Middle Eastern funds following close. So this will probably ensure that every actor that gets a Paramount gig will have to have a beard and ensure that it won't turn Muslim men gay. So, you see how I kind of like follow up on certain news into more certain news? It's kind of weird how that all works out. Okay, Gap. Okay. One more comment about the Turkish priest. His theme song is "A Lady." Jeez. Oh, yes. I agree. You know, President Trump would totally support that message. It's huge. He totally looks like a lady. He totally male Don King. That's what he does. Uncle Godzilla, yeah. See, that's what goes through heads during the long Canadian winters. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely true. And it's worse here in Alberta too. So because we get snow at any time. Okay, so anyway, so I don't know how I feel about this. I think I might have touched a little bit on it before, a couple of months ago, that there was possibly going to be Middle Eastern funding. So here's the weird thing, because I think, like I mentioned, we did touch on this before, and no, it was actually about gaming. That's what it was. Some Middle Eastern prince bought some sort of gaming company of some sort. It's really weird, but anyway, it's gonna be odd. It's gonna be weird if this actually does go through, because here's what I'm thinking. Even though it's 38.5%, which isn't really all that bad. I'm just wondering, let's just put it this way. I'm wondering if they're going to be demanding that, a certain amount of content be added into some of their programming. You know what I'm saying? Kind of weird. But whatever. Warner Brothers is going to. So, And Lenrod, you got to get back to work. Not a problem, dude. You have yourself a good work night. I'll continue to lurk and randomly chime in. There you go. That's what I like to hear. Anything to slack off. So I'm glad I'm your excuse. You can totally blame that on me at work. Vincent's, yeah, Paramount now makes movies with 5 convenient pauses so that people can pray in between. Ah, yes, because you have to cater to that crowd. If you got to find an excuse, um, that's what it is. So, and Uncle Godzilla, um, the ground is still a frozen tundra. We haven't got a lot of spring weather yet. Um, okay. Well, okay. I can tell you this, Uncle Godzilla, being all the way out here in Alberta, today was plus 13, and tomorrow it's going to get really warm. We're talking about close to 20. So if the wind keeps on blowing to the east, you'll have nice warm air coming your way. I can guarantee that. So, what, what do you mean? Yeah, God, what is on Comics Head? Craziness. That's what it is. And Vince says, Ra Al Ghul's quote from Batman Begins comes to mind. Over the ages, our weapons have grown more sophisticated. With Gotham, we tried a new one: economics. It's true. So, right away, let's see what it says here, because this might be actually very interesting. Paramount Skydance said the merged Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery will be 49.5% owned by foreign investors, which technically is kind of a good thing, because as long as, well, 50.5 is still American owned, that's fine, because that's where the majority of it should be owned, in America, and I totally agree with that. So, but 49.5% owned by foreign investors. So, with about 38.5 of the equity in the new company held by a trio of Middle Eastern funds, and guaranteed those are probably Middle Eastern princes of some sort with a big, giant, thick wad of cash just overflowing out of their pockets. One of the thousands of Middle Eastern princes, probably. So, in a filing Monday with the FCC, Paramount said Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund will have a 15.1% equity stake with the United Arab Emirates. Sovereign Wealth Fund will own 12.8% equity. And the Qatar Investment Authority will own 10.6% equity. So Paramount has previously said foreign investors backing its Warner Brothers Discovery takeover will not have board seats or voting shares. That's interesting. So even if they wanted something, even though they're, putting in a little bit in the kitty, I guess really they don't have any voting or basically any say of what's going on. That's rather interesting, because you think if you're going to be putting quite a bit of money into this, you'd have a vote or you'd have a say. So, John on the Rumble side says you have to understand something about the Middle East. There is the Arab Mid East, and there is the Islamic Mid East. Yeah, no, I get that. This money is more likely Arab sources, which shares a lot more with the West. No, that's true. That is true, because when it comes to places like the United Arab Emirates, they're quite nice, which is rather odd to say in a way, but no, they are. They're more. How should I put it? Western aligned, you could say, with free market capitalism and all that kind of stuff. So, and like in Qatar and stuff like that. So, which is good. I don't mind that whatsoever. They're not the militant um, faction of the Middle East. Which is all right with me. And so, yeah, USA. Exactly. Only in America. Only in America does that happen. So, but no, you're totally right. So, he also says, also on the Rumble side, yep, all Arab sources, so there won't be any Islamic influences that we fear. No, and that's totally the way it should be. So they're just in it, yeah. And like I said, they're just in it for the money. So I totally agree with you on that. It's just about making the cash, baby. So, and Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective says, yeah, the foreign interest in any country's business is just bullshit. Yeah, but here's the thing, as long as they don't have any, they won't have board seats or voting shares, then it does keep foreign influences out also that way, which is great, you know. So, because the last thing I want is maybe, for example, some hoity-toity weirdo French film, because we all know how weird those movies are. And if you don't know what I mean, stay tuned for Mike's Movie Matinee on Saturday, and you'll find out why. So, here's a little bit of interesting info. John also says spent a lot of time in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. That was in the 90s, and even then, it was like being in San Diego or LA. Ah, that's interesting. But yeah, no, I kind of agree. Yeah, 38% share and no voice since Vince. Vince. Um, yeah, I know it does seem kind of weird, but I suppose they are agreeing to those terms, so that's fine, you know. But Gap, Vince, do you have a beard? My God. Oh, jeez. No. Tommy says, yeah, a country's business should be theirs to support their people. Never tried to foreign interests or interference. Exactly. Because here's the weird thing, right? Say the CEO of Paramount, it switches hands, right? Who's to say that the next guy is going to be, more influenced later on? I mean, look what happened to Disney, right? So, um, Gap, no. No, I'm not. And there are reasons. there are there there are good reasons for that. So, and Vince says, hey, Friends has some good movies. Yeah, I guess I just haven't looked at any of them. So, you know, and John says, yeah, just so you know, Netflix would be toast if not for Chinese money. This is true. True. I agree with that. Well, you know what? And a lot of Japanese money and a lot of Korean money on top of that, not just Chinese. Because if you look at Netflix, there's a lot of K drama, what they call K drama, a lot of Japanese shows that are on there. If you take your time to look, some of them are like way better than a lot of other Hollywood productions. Let's just put it that way. Um, which is great, right? I'm not particularly. I don't watch any of the Chinese crap. Let's just put it that way because China. Don't like the China. Don't like it. No. I don't need commie influence by China. No. It's not going to work. And Uncle Godzilla, I love this chat. This is why this show is not like any other show. So, what else is going on? So, according to Paramount's filing, the Ellison family, David Ellison and his father, Larry Ellison, along with Redbird Capital Partners, will continue to hold the largest equity stake in Paramount Skydance Warner Brothers Discovery and will continue to have control over shares with 100% voting power. Wow. I expected no less, actually, believe it or not. In all, the Middle Eastern funds will own 38.5% of the equity with Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery, with the remainder of the foreign ownership total representing existing investors in Paramount Skydance or Redbird. In its filing with FCC, Paramount is requesting advance approval for each of the entries seeking specific approval to increase their equity and or voting interests in Paramount up to 20% at some future time. Okay, so again, not too bad. And yes, this is true. I am not denying this whatsoever, and there was a very good reason for that. So, if you need proof, head over to King Dolphin TV, maybe roughly 4 years ago, and find out if you can find it. Not all Chinese stuff has been, but yeah, NF does a good job serving a large world content. Indian stuff is plentiful there too. True, for Netflix. Yeah. I have. Okay, I seen one of the East Indian stuff. Okay, that was RRR, which actually was really good. So there's another one that I actually kind of want to check out, which shouldn't be that bad, but I got to check it out. And Sassy Spider, Angel Dust. Thank you. Wow. That is quite the compliment. Thank you very much. She says, comic is my favorite. Stark of Iron is second. Dang. All you 14 out there, you need to listen to Sassy Spider. No. I love Tony. He is a good friend, and I know he's going through a rough time right now. And I really honestly hope, that he gets monetized soon, because today is the 28th. He is, as far as I know, he doesn't have any money to pay his cell phone. He doesn't have any money to pay his rent, and he more than likely will probably lose his place unless he just needs to get a job, basically. And so I really honestly hope, I really hope that things turn around for him. Let's just do this, okay? In the chat, if you can put TS for Tony Stark, and if he can, whether you're on Facebook and you friended him on Facebook or on X, just send him a message. Hopefully he gets it. I don't know if his phone is turned off, but just try to send him words of encouragement. Because I'm sure he really could use it right now. Actually, I'll see if tomorrow, if I can give him a call if his phone isn't off. So, but yeah, but no, you know what, Sassy, Thank you very much for that compliment. Um, nobody's ever said that. So, I mean, the, not that it's a competition. Sometimes I find it hard to take a compliment, but thank you. Um, Vince, CRC got so happy, maybe he'll put the dress back on camera. Oh my god. No, that's never gonna happen again. Never. Gap, you guys wanna let me in on what what a secret Mike was actually inspiration for the movie Victor Victoria. Look it up if you don't know the movie. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put him again on Discord, Sylvia. Definitely. Definitely. I'm gonna have to find him on Discord because I was on his Discord and then something happened to my Discord. There you go. See, Lenron knows how to do it. TS. Okay. Anyway. So anyway, Paramount Skydance enlisted the three Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds to invest close to, get this, $24 billion with a B in the Warner Brothers deal. You know what? I'm not even going to include Discovery. Everybody knows. Saudi Arabia's PIF is taking a roughly $10 billion stake. Wow, that's a ton of cash, man. Last week, Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders overwhelmingly voted in favor of the $111 billion sale to Paramount. There you go. Wow. The pact still requires approval by European regulators, while State Attorney General could move to launch the legal challenge to the Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery deal. So Paramount, even before it won the Warner Brothers Discovery deal, said it proposed Warner Brothers takeover had cleared a milestone at the Justice Department after the expiration of the statutory waiting period following Paramount's certification of compliance with the DOJ's second request for information under the Hart-Scott-Rodino Antitrust Act. However, the DOJ, that's Department of Justice for all of you out there, has the latitude to challenge a merger even after the HSR waiting period expiration. So, apparently, Paramount filing Monday is seeking a declaratory ruling to permit the foreign ownership in the Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery entity, available at this link, which I'm not going to click it. However, the FCC's approval of the foreign ownership of that Paramount Warner Brothers is not a condition for the closing of the deal, according to Paramount spokesman. So, and I'm not going to get into the whole legality of it, but it would appear that it is going ahead. So what does this mean? Rep added the combination of Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery complementary assets will enhance competition while creating a strong champion for creative talent and consumer choice. This is going to be really interesting. And let's see. Sylvia says, sorry, comic Stark of Iron is my top favorite. No. There's nothing to be sorry for. You don't have to be sorry for that. It's perfectly okay. You know, you like who you like, and that's all right. As long as you're here and you like hanging out here too, that's all that matters. It's all that matters. And I don't hate you for it. It's okay. Vince says CRC can't bash China too much. X-Transbots come from China. Technically, oh god, yeah, that's true. I can bash the company. No, I can bash the country, just not the company. So, and we got another cat here, Coffee Cat. Hi, Coffee Cat. It's nice to see you. and I'm glad that you're here, and I hope you subscribe. And welcome to the show. Welcome to Titillating Tuesdays. So, time to get rock hard. My God. And John over on Rumble. Aha, caught him. CRC is a Chinese plant. God. No, I don't know what you talk about. What you talk about like that? No, it's not good. So, you don't know what you talk about. Oh, here's a good one. Yeah, from Vince. Maybe now Paramount can actually manages to put out a Star Trek product we actually want to watch. Oh, yeah. That'll be that'll be interesting. God, anything to get JJ out of there. And Sassy Spider over on X. Let's see. Sylvia, you could have sugarcoated before telling him fully. No, it's good. It's fine. I likes Tony. I do. It's trust me, she ain't breaking my heart. So I like Tony too. I like some of the stuff that he does. It's all good. So it's fine. Copycat says, yeah, I could probably get my paws on a broomstick to put the new Star Trek out of its misery and beat it repeatedly, Coffee Cat. Just beat it within an inch of its life. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, we got to get rid of Kurtzman first, says Peter. Says John. I agree. And so, yeah, that's the news about the Paramount-Warner Brothers thingy that's going on. It's crazy. It's really nuts. I am glad that Netflix is not getting it. I really, really am, because that would just really, really unbelievably suck. So it would. But looks like no, not now. So oh, you're gonna miss out on the cartoon at the end, Sassy Spider. But that's okay. If you gotta get sleep, hey, it's all good. Don't worry about it. So, and thank you for being here. And you know what? If you're on X, okay, you know what? I'm gonna say this now. So if you're on X, please, if you can, share the show just like you can with Rumble and YouTube. Spread the channel around. So while you're there on X and on the YouTubes and on Rumble, yeah, please hit the like button. And or if you're on X, I guess it's a heart button. So either way, and let other people know about the show. So we try to do some fun stuff here. So you know what? And even Mr. Peterson brought it up, so that I'm closing in on 2,000 subs, especially on the YouTube side of things. So should that happen, I'm gonna have to do another giveaway. I'm gonna have to do that. Do I know what it's gonna be? Probably not, but it's gonna be something, and somebody's gonna win something. So, and just like Vin says, no matter where you are, whether it's on Rumble, on X, or here on the YouTubes, like and share and comment and subscribe, and if you can leave a comment either on the YouTube side or on the Rumble side, like, you know, hey, when the show's over, it helps the algorithm. It helps the channel bloom, like you're coming into puberty and your face is ridden with zits. So, or if you just happen to be on the X, then hit the heart button and let X know that people like this here. So, and they like what's going on. And let's see, John, give us you a high cut evening gown. Really? Oh my God. Preferably red. God. Vince auction off the dress he wore. God. Oh my God. You guys are evil. with with black stockings. Thank God. Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh, you guys, I love my chat. I haven't said that in a long time, but I love my chat. I showed this on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate that too. Vince, ooh la la, kinky. Okay. So before we get on, let's take a brief commercial break. And Coffee Cat, it's okay. Yeah, CRC and address. It's a long story. If Uncle Godzilla's here, it's a long story. But anyway, evil is my nickname, Sylvia. Okay, commercial time. Just for you.
いいじゃん。
ダメ。
なんで？
もうちょっと待って。
あと何秒ぐらい？犬苦手なんだよ。
ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って。
怪我ない。おかげさまで。
選び抜かれた素材だけ。宅配寿司は銀の。
Well, I guess we have to give you another news article. I hope it isn't bad news.
You know, for some odd reason, whenever the chat brings up something, and I just happen to have a commercial that relates to what you guys in the chat are talking about, I often wonder if you guys have hidden cameras or can tap into my computer and see what I'm going to bring up later on or something. Because that is too coincidental. Oh, man. I love you guys, but I hate you guys. So, were you heading for Thailand? God. Oh, Lord. Okay. Actually coming there from our way home. Oh my God. See? This is why I suspect most of you. Because Gap can't just stop laughing. And neither can Vince. And yeah, it's true. Oh, yeah, of course. So, because John's like, nah, it's just like great minds tend to think alike. It's true. So, this is, oh my God, Vince. this, I believe, precog mind blown. My God. And, oh man. Oh, my Lord, Sylvia. Oh, no, you found my hiding cameras. Curses. Damn you. Frig. Oh, man. Okay, so great. Unfortunately, Coffee Cut is like, okay. So this is what we do here. So Uncle Godzilla, if you happen to still be in the chat, and Coffee Cat and all of you other guys. See, Sassy Spider missed out on the commercial. There you go. That's what happens. Yeah, this is the channel. This is the excitement. This is what titillates all of you people to return over and over and over again. So because where else are you going to see really odd commercials like that? So, okay. So next article and Gap. Yeah, next week Mike will talk about the oh my god, the time that he was over one of those airfits in the street, recreating the Marilyn Monroe dress flying up. Oh my god, no. Oh, and here's the meme master himself, FKC. How's it going, man? Just swinging by to say hi. Dude, you missed a really good commercial. Oh, yes, and I did say tits. Yes. Titillating Tuesdays. That's right. I did mention that. So, okay. So next article. I suppose you could say I'm saving the best for last. So, monsters. Huge, big, awesome news. What do we got going here? So from Bounding in the Comics, I'd buy that for $1. Yeah, right. Apparently, Toho, looks like they're flexing their muscles a little bit. So this from Bounding in the Comics, Beyond the MonsterVerse. Toho's chief Godzilla officer, yes, and they actually do have a chief Godzilla officer over at Toho that overlooks all the Godzilla stuff, teases a multiversal blueprint for Godzilla World. This is going to be interesting. And yes. Oh man, there was something. You know what? There's something I haven't brought up in a long time, and I probably should. So, see, you guys are an awful influence because now you got Coffee Cat joining in as well. So, God, you know what? You guys tease me as much as Drunk 3PO's chat teases him. I see the similarities now. This is like Drunk 3PO's chat. Exactly it. It's just a bunch of different guys and gals. So I'd buy a ticket to see the Marilyn Monroe thing. Oh my god. If there were enough super chats. So and Sylvie says 18 people on X. Hello, everybody on X. You're wondering what's going another time. Okay, anyway. So, Toho wants to do a Godzilla world, and this reminds me of, well, what Legendary is doing, in a way. Is that what could be going on? Because Legendary in Hollywood has actually been the Godzilla property pretty well. They haven't really screwed a lot of it up. And because I've been watching Monarch season 2. It's great to watch a show, turn off your brain, and just enjoy it for what it is, right? It's not bad. You know, I'm not going to say it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it's pretty good. So, if Toho is probably thinking about maybe doing this, which would be rather interesting, but let's have a look. So, apparently, Toho is no longer playing defense in a post-1 landscape where the King of Monsters has regained his critical and commercial crown, and that's true. The studio was moving beyond cautious reports and into a full-scale offensive. I'm liking this more and more. So, after a year of rumors and slow drip updates, Toho is finally pulling back the curtain on its long-term strategy. A sprawling expansion designed to turn its premier IP into a permanent global fixture. Oh, God, yes, I'm loving this. See, here's the thing. I don't mind. I know a lot of people probably don't like it because, it's quote unquote American run, okay, with the Godzilla franchise. And really, I don't mind it whatsoever. I really don't. Oh God, Tim. How about you standing in your That was brought up, Tim. It was brought up. um Uncle Godzilla, I haven't watched the Monarch stuff. It's really not that bad. It really it's not too shabby. But here's the thing. If I had to pick between Toho basically expanding on its Godzilla franchise, or watch Legendary in their basically their Americanized version of Godzilla, right? The whole MonsterVerse thing, what they're doing on their side, right? Which I don't mind. Again, don't get me wrong. It's not bad, but I would rather see Japan do it because it's theirs. It belongs to them. And basically, we just got it on loan, essentially, right? They're treating it good, they're treating it nice, and I like that. But if I'm going to have to pick, I'm Japanese all the way in this case. So while Godzilla has maintained a dual presence through Toho's Reiwa era and the Legendary's MonsterVerse, again, not that I don't mind it, the Japanese studio sees a golden opportunity to push past traditional borders. They aren't just looking, or they aren't just joining the cinematic universe arms race. They're attempting to redefine it. And this is going to put, I'm loving this. This is going to put the Hollywood studios notice. They're going to put them on notice. You watch. The strategy, initially dubbed Godzilla World, differentiates itself by pivoting away from a single rigid timeline. Instead, Toho is eyeing a multiversal approach. Okay, kind of interesting. One that allows for multiple continuities, experimental spin offs, and varied tones to exist simultaneously. This flexible framework provides the necessary ground for long gestating rumors, such as a potential return to the world of Shin Godzilla. See, because I'd heard a rumor about that. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second. To finally manifest as concrete projects rather than mere fan speculation. See, and this is what I've been hearing, right? Why do we hate the space French so much? Whatever. Because I've been hearing this we've been hearing it for years when it came to Shin Godzilla, but now you're hearing a little bit more solid reports, I suppose you can sort of kind of say. Godzilla 2. Oh my God. Really? You're going to make me click a link, aren't you? You're going to do it. I know you're going to make me do it. Damn you guys. Me do it. App. Vince. I'll click your link. And crap. On Gap's orders. Really? Is it Gap's orders? Or you two just conspiring against me? Uncle Godzilla says, as long as they leave Godzilla out of it. Oh, God. Yes, please. Please. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Vince says, yeah, Screwzilla, always go for the original, sort of. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm sort of kind of okay with that. Let's see. Post from Vince Womack. You guys are gonna make me share this, aren't you? On the screen. I know you guys are. I know. Show the link. Mike, do it. Show us. Let it never be said that I don't heed the call of my audience. Oh my god, you guys. Okay. Here we go. Here it comes. Are you ready? Because it's coming. Jeez. Oh my god. There, I'm liking this. There. I hate you guys. Oh man. Oh. It's a trap, says Lenrod. Seriously gives it to peer pressure. All right. Okay. Zoom in. I can't zoom in. I honestly I can't. It won't let me. And honestly, God, it won't let me. If I would, trust me, I would have. I'm going to disable posts now. No. Oh, God. Love you guys. I do. This is... This is why you need to like and share and subscribe to this channel. Because where else are you going to get this kind of treatment where all of you get to live out your perverted fantasies of abusing them? That's why I had, oh geez, you know what? And I didn't even do that at the beginning of the show. And if you scroll down, you got Florida woman news. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yes, I do. Okay, Vince, I promise I will bring that up. Next Tuesday. I totally will. 100%. I will. You can open the image in a separate tab. Apparently he doesn't know. Yeah. Mike laughs when he lies. Oh, whatever. I do not. Jeez, guys. Man. Okay. So okay, let's go back here. So a multiverse, one that allows for multiple continuities, experimental spin-offs, and varied tones to exist simultaneously. That's interesting. So it's fun abusing the host as Uncle Godzilla. Yes, it is. And I make you guys pay for it later on. So and Sylvia, I need sleepy, but I don't want to miss the cartoon. Oh well, don't worry. We'll get to it. We will, I promise. See, here's the thing. They try to do if I can offshoot a little bit. Mostly when it comes to Mike -1. When it comes to Japan, usually when it comes to storytelling, they would like things in a nice, neat timeline, right? And the closest I can give you an example is Transformers. Okay, for the longest time, ever since like 1984, pretty much through Generation 2 and a little bit after that, and I think even in Japan they call the car robots, but you guys are more familiar with it being called Robots in Disguise back in 2001. All of that was pretty much like one, okay? And they try to, even with some of the lines that they came out with later on in North America, and I think probably in England too, they called it alternators. In Japan, they called it binaural tech. And it was kind of like a kind of like a separate storyline within the main timeline. And it wasn't until Transformers Armada, or what they called it in Japan, Legend of Micron, that they started looking at, different realities, basically different realities of a larger Transformer universe, and different realities, different in the multiverse, basically. So, and when they do it well, and it doesn't have to be interconnected, so to speak, with like the main timeline, right? So when it comes to this, I'm thinking of that, and I'm thinking that this actually, they'll be able to pull it off better than, let's just say, for example, better than Marvel's multiverse, right? I got myself a headmaster, but she doesn't transform. Thank God. Damn. How's the dealer? Wait, Sylvia, don't you speak Japanese? Oh, does she really? That's interesting. Leonard, I kind of like how it is Work Power Rangers and Super Sentai. Yeah, it's pretty much kind of like that, right? Kind of like that. Transformer movies are called trash. True. All of the Michael Bay movies are complete and utter trash. And the last one that came out, what was it, last year? The Rise of the Beast. Oh my God, I hated that. The only one I really, really, really liked was the Bumblebee movie. And I'm a huge Transformers fan because I work with Keith at X Transbots and make Transformers for him and stuff like that. But that was really the only one I really, really enjoyed. Anyway, so Kiji Oda, Toho's chief Godzilla officer, made the company's ambitions clear. They intend to rival the scale of the MonsterVerse. I'm liking this already, while maintaining creative sovereignty. So, and he says, in addition to the Godzilla films directed by people like Hideki Anno and Takashi Yamazaki, the Toho, or if Toho creates the original concepts ourselves, we'll be able to strategically roll out spin-offs as well. Oda explained, just like Legendary has its MonsterVerse, we're advancing plans to create what we're calling Godzilla World. See, I like that better. Just the way it sounds, right? Interestingly, Toho's roadmap isn't born of rivalry alone, but a genuine appreciation for how Western creators have handled the big G. See? I'll get into that in a second here. Oda expressed high praise for the stewards of the MonsterVerse, noting that the current crop of Hollywood directors consists of the same children who grew up in awe of the Showa and Heisei eras. So that's why I said, like, especially like, say, to Uncle Godzilla and any of you guys, that's why I said I don't mind. I didn't mind the Godzilla, the Godzilla Kong movies. Well, except the last one, that was like completely utter trash. That fire, whatever it was, that was just bad. Monarch, like I said, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's watchable. All right, it's not crap. What? Tommy, what? You got to be kidding. Bumblebee movie, except the first 4 minutes. Come on. Really? Should have called it the emo movie with Bumblebee. Really? Come on. I mean, look. If you had to choose between that and any of the Michael Bay movies, like, I know they use Bumblebee like crazy. I know. I get it. Right? But if you had to pick between a Michael Bay movie and the Bumblebee movie, like, really, honestly, which one would you pick? Because I'd still pick the Bumblebee movie. Bumblebee sucks more when you realize they took the storyline from non-canon comic books from a company out of Germany. No, totally. I 100% realize that. I do. They were borrowing little snippets from the cartoon and from some of the comics. Oh, dude, I know. So, they're crap. The whole Hollow Earth thing, says Vince. Well, yeah, I know that seems a little, it does seem very fantastical, right? But you got to admire a little bit of the creativity, right? Because, I mean, who else in Hollywood has done that? And you know what? The weird thing is the whole Hollow Earth thing, it actually goes to stories from long, long ago, where some British explorers actually theorized that the Earth could be hollow, and that there was actually like ancient kingdoms and stuff like that in the Earth. So I'm thinking maybe they played on that. So Bumblebee was Bay because that's what the director said. Well, Bumblebee was Bay, but it was also handed over to somebody else, and that's why the whole story is a little bit weird-ish, right? But like I said before, it's better than the Michael Bay movies. It is like the Michael Bay movies. I mean, this was Travis, whatever. Anyway, the point is we're talking about Godzilla. So, but he went the Bay direction instead of the initial plan of G1. Yeah, no, I agree. I do agree. That's just me. I just enjoy it. Better than the Michael Bay slop. Like the main Michael Bay slop. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, going back to Godzilla, see, the reason why, here's the thing. If Japan is okay with Legendary, how they've handled the property, right? And the whole MonsterVerse thing. See, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, if Toho doesn't mind, and if they like it, then, all right, then maybe there is actually something to this. Because here's the thing that we do know, right? And I want you to listen to this. Just hear me out for a sec, right? Whenever it comes to, and we've talked about this multiple times. And yes, I've seen Shin Godzilla Vince. I love it. We've talked about this multiple times on this channel, okay? When it comes to, like, say, for example, Nintendo, right? Or any manga, right? For example, that kind of stuff. Look at One Piece that was released on Netflix, and how Oda Sensei got involved in that whole thing, okay? If they're okay with how their property is being handled, then it's good enough for me to say, okay, let me have a look at it. If they feel that they're being represented fairly, then I'll give it a shot and I'll take a look at it. And you know what? So far, I haven't really minded it. So that's what I'm saying. But like I've also said, if you like it, you win. So, and it's not for me to tell you guys what to like and dislike, because you got plenty of other channels saying, oh no, you gotta hate this, you gotta hate that because this and that and this and that, right? No, you guys make up your own mind. I'm just telling you what I think. So, and Tina the Naughty Dragon, it's nice to see you here. I'm glad that you're here. And there's a direct sequel to Godzilla -1. Cool. Oh yes, there is. There is so. Oh, and now, Tina, there's an expanded universe in the works by Toho. So you just might like that. So anyway, like what we're saying, so I'm liking the fact that that Toho is wanting to do not just, legendary, like they say, they got their MonsterVerse, right? They got Kong, and they got Godzilla. They're making other monsters and stuff like that, which is okay. That's fine. I'm okay with that, right? At least we got big giant monster stomping stuff. That's what I love, right? But like I said, if I had my choice between Legendary and what they're doing and Toho, I'm going to pick Toho. And they're just going to call it Godzilla World. And that means every monster that they got is what I want to see. Because you're not seeing them in Monarch in season 1 and 2. Yeah, you'll see Godzilla and you'll see other, big giant kaiju. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. But with what Toho has, with their roster of monsters going up Godzilla, I mean, come on, let's think it's you got hundreds of, well, I wouldn't say hundreds of them, but you got a lot of them. And Sylvia, you got to get going. Not a problem. You know what? Just catch it on the rewind. If you can't wait for the cartoon, that's fine. That's okay. No worries. Just catch it tomorrow. Catch the rest of the show tomorrow. It's all good. So, yeah, they're like they say, they got genuine appreciation how Hollywood has handled Godzilla, right? That's great. And and it's nice that these people that are handling the property, were kids that enjoyed it, and I'm okay with that. So, but I don't want made up monsters. I want I want the Toho monsters. I want Mothra. I want King Ghidorah. I want Rodan and Mechagodzilla. I want Biolante. I want Gigan. I want Jet Jaguar. I want, Hedora. I want what was that weird one? It looked like a spiky turtle pig thing. Angurius, I think that was his name. I want Space Godzilla. I want Destroya. I want I want Mecha King Ghidorah. I want Monster X. I want all of that. That's what I want. And that's why I say, if I had to pick between the two, I'm going to go with Toho because I'm going to get all those monsters. Exactly, Vince. He says Toho always had that. Just look at Attack All Monsters, Final Wars, and the others. Exactly. Right? And original legendary MonsterVerse is going to include Dracula, werewolf, etc. Unfortunately, it fell apart. Yeah. That's kind of a bummer in a way. Dracula, werewolf, Frankenstein, the Mummy, you had all of that. And yeah. That Tom Cruise Mummy movie was just, yeah, it wasn't the greatest. Exactly, Lenrod. Yeah, I want some new Toho monsters because they can do it. Exactly. That's why I want to see the Japanese version of a new Japanese version of all these monsters. So, but anyway. Garth Edwards says, and Michael Dougherty are the people who know what Godzilla is all about on a visceral level, Oda noted, and that's why we can trust them to handle the projects. Sure, on the North American side. while the Godzilla World moniker sets the stage for the next decade, the immediate future is already packed with heavy hitters. Here we go. So the momentum continues this November with the release of Godzilla Minus Zero, so the next one, followed by the high-stakes clash of Godzilla Kong Supernova next year. I think that's when they're going to be teasing Space Godzilla, if I remember correctly. So, if Toho's trajectory holds, these entries just aren't sequels. They're a foundation of a multiversal new empire, a more definitive one, that's only beginning to rise. And I am enjoying that. That's what I want. I want the big guy to be stomping. I want the Japanese monsters. I want it all. Gamera, yeah. Imagine if they could get the okay to use them. And yeah, Gamera, yeah. That would be awesome. I would love to see Gamera and Godzilla crossover. I would love to see that. If they agreed to it, it's kind of like what they did here in North America, right? Kong and Godzilla. And if they did a special crossover with Gamera and Godzilla, I would love to see that, man. Because I know it's obviously owned by another studio, but it doesn't matter. Come on. Giant flying space turtle? I mean, that loves human children? Come on, man. So, Angurius in Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, he needs some milk. Yeah, he does. Collective or some of the Korean monsters. Oh, yeah. I forgot some of the Korean monsters. There were some interesting ones, too. Some really, really interesting ones. That's what I want to see. But we'll have to see. We will totally 100% have to see what's going on. So that's what needs to happen. I want more Godzilla. So anyway, I guess we're gonna have to do a whole cartoon thing again because it's roughly around that time. So what am I gonna do? What am I gonna pick? Let me find the next cartoon for you guys to view. Let me see here. Oh yeah, that's right. Because there was another one. If you remember, there was another Japanese film that was going to be remade, The Human Vapor. And I have to check up on that one because they were planning on doing that over again. So let me check my Friday's folder. And what did I do last? Oh no, it was Green Lantern last week, wasn't it? Yes. Okay, well, you know what? See now, X-Men are going to be in the new Marvel Doomsday whatever movie. We'll play this. Enjoy.
Well, this sucks.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you press the mute button. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. Oh, God. I forgot to press the mute button. Okay. This Thursday on CRC's cheesy sci-fi and kung fu movie night, we're playing Kung Fu Wonder Child. My God, I'm gonna have to say this all over again. Yeah, it's the sound of silence. Apparently the cartoon was taken to life. Yeah, it was. It totally was. So yeah, that's the movie that's going to be on CRC's cheesy sci-fi kung fu show, Kung Fu Wonder Child. That's what we're going to be watching. So because every Thursday we're going to alternate between a cheesy sci-fi movie, cheesy kung fu movie, and you know what? I might. There's a few Japanese movies that I want to throw in there too. So I know they're not necessarily kung fu, but they're bizarre, and I'm gonna be doing that too. It's gonna be fun. So that's what we're going to be watching this Thursday. So same bat time, same bat channel, and I hope you come and enjoy, because that's what's going to be the happenings here. Also, let's see, Saturday on Mike's Movie Matinee, we're going to be watching another movie. So this time at noon Alberta time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. So if you happen to live on the Pacific side, well, it's close enough to noon anyway. So there you go. Sunday is huge circle time. Phenomenal circles, great big circles. If you don't know what I mean, you're going to have to tune in. So So tune in for Sundays as well. So we're trying to fill up the week. So trying to alternate between, day off, do a show, day off, do a show, day off, do a show, stuff like that. So that's what's going to be happening. So to everyone out there, all you people that are watching on X, 22 of you, thank you very much. All of you guys that hung around on Rumble, thank you as well. And all you peoples on the YouTubes, really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much for tuning in. Share, like, subscribe, all you new people. Thank you very much for showing up and share the show around. So, because it really helps the algorithm when that kind of stuff happens. So, that's right. Round perky circles. So, says Fitz. So yeah, so if you guys can like, share, comment, and subscribe, especially like after the show, leave a comment because it helps the algorithm out. Really, really appreciate it. And remember, all you people out there,
Be excellent to each other. And